Nvidia has a market cap of $3.3 trillion, and their shares are trading at $134.91 today, and they are up just over 180% year to date. And taking a look at Intel, they have a market cap of $148 billion and are trading at $34.87, who are actually down year to date, seeing a 27% decrease over the past few months. Zooming out, we can start to see the difference between these two stocks, and we get a really good look at just how crazy Nvidia stock has been over the past year or so. For my December 2026 price projection, Nvidia's EPS is expected to be $3.61, and their current price to earnings is 78, but I'm going to use 50 for this calculation because it's a lot more realistic and a lot closer to the tech sector average, and that PE would give us a share price of $180.50, which is about 34% higher than where it trades today. For Intel, their 2026 EPS is expected to be around $1.10, and Intel's price to earnings is 36 right now, and I actually think that's a pretty fair valuation that we might see by 2026. So 36 times that EPS of $1.10 gives us $39.60 a share, which is a 13.5% upside. As for one-year analyst price forecasts, it looks like analysts are expecting Nvidia to be trading at $138.46, which is a 2.6% upside. And as for Intel, they're expecting a price of $38.02, which is a 9% upside. On to earnings, both stocks have smashed all four of their last earnings calls. Nvidia offers a tiny 0.03% dividend, and INTC offers a more respectable dividend at 1.43% yield right now. As for the debt situation, Nvidia has a shareholder equity of $49.1 billion and a total debt of $9.7, which gives them a 9% debt to equity, and it looks like they have a free cash flow of $21 billion. For Intel, they have $110.8 billion in shareholder equity and a total debt of $52.5, which makes their debt to equity around 47%, and they have a negative $14 billion free cash flow. In terms of both revenue and net income, Intel's does seem to be recovering after bottoming out a few quarters ago, and of course, Nvidia's revenue and net income have both been skyrocketing over this past year in direct correlation with the recent rise in stock price. Overall, honestly, I think both of these stocks do have some value on the table. Yes, even Nvidia after its latest run and valuation. And I really just think this comes down to which kind of AI chip stock you are looking to add to your portfolio. Because Intel is obviously the more mature player here. They promise a higher dividend and a better valuation. And that's in pretty stark contrast to Nvidia, which offers a ton of net income and revenue growth coming in the next couple of years. However, they are also valued quite a bit higher than Intel, and as I mentioned in my previous Nvidia video, they are getting so large that the market cap now in itself is starting to hinder those potential gains just with the amount of money it's going to take to get those, double-digit gains again. And Intel's not without its risk, though. They have a massive negative $14 billion free cash flow that they used in 2023 to really fuel their chip-making infrastructure, and whether or not that spending is going to continue or pay off is really something that an investor is betting on. And while I do think each stock has something to offer, they each aren't without their own unique risk. And so for these reasons, I put both stocks as a hold right now because I wouldn't be buying Nvidia at these prices, but I do think current investors could benefit from holding off just a bit longer before realizing their gains. I don't think we've seen the absolute tippity top of the bull run yet, and it's the same thing for Intel. I mean, INTC shareholders would benefit from waiting to see if Intel's recent investments are going to pay off, while sitting and collecting that 1.4% dividend. But with the earnings potential holding it back a bit, I think investors with some dry powder looking to make a new investment are better off betting on something else at the moment for each of these stocks. So anyways, that's all I have for you today on Nvidia and Intel. Please drop a like, let me know which stocks you'd like me to cover next, and I will see you next video.